over here, Eddie Brown?
I heard something just happened, Eddie Brown.
I think there's somebody coming over the top of it there. Yeah, well, I'm going to jump out of here and take a quick break for the bottom of the hour, so I'll just turn it back over to Mac, and y'all can keep on going till the net starts up. But I'm hearing everybody on here pretty good, so that's good news. Turn it over to you, Mac, W4AX, K4CVI.
Okay, well, let's get it on over to Dan. I guess we got room for one more. So, Dan, you got about a minute, then kick it back up to Kevin, WA4KM, W4CDJ, W4AX.
W4AX in the group, W4CDJ returning. Well, I don't know if I could burn a minute. I don't know what I could talk about, so anyway, I'm glad you guys are hearing me. Max, I am kind of happy to be able to work you with the T368 here with your military background, so you're probably kind of sort of familiar with this, 1950s vintage or thereabouts, maybe used during the Korean War era. I don't know for sure, but I'm thinking it probably was. Anyway, I'll turn it back to you there. W4AX, W4CDJ. I got 6:30 here. 18:30, the proper time. W4CDJ, go ahead.
All right, thank you, Dan. I appreciate it. And yeah, I didn't do much with radios other than talk on them in my time in the military. I was in the Army Rangers, and we were always on the tip of the spear in the most god-awful places in the world. So I did more talking with a different kind of weapon than I did with radios. But anyway, those are days past. And Kevin, conditions were horrible last night. Some of the worst I've heard, but they're great tonight, and you sound good. WA4KM to take it. W4X.
K4CWW.
Who was that? I keyed up real quick. Who was that?
That was K4CWW just arriving on the scene.
Oh, okay, Perry. Hold on. Let's see. K4CWW. Perry. Okay. All right. Before we get started, I want to make sure something didn't happen to Eddie Brown because he was talking and I heard, and it may have been somebody keying up. Let's check on him real quick before we get started. Eddie Brown, are you okay over there, or was that just somebody keying we? I heard some crazy noise on your carrier, or it may have been your carrier. I'm going to let you come on back and make sure that everything's okay. And then we'll pick everybody up and start over here. KA4AMI, WA4KM in the pre-net.
All right, WA4KM in the pre-net. This is KA4AMI. Everything looks okay on this end, and you never know with these rigs. they may go west on you at any time, but unless you guys tell me something different, it looks like all indications here, like everything's all go. And back to you. Thank you for checking, Kevin. WA4KR. This is, wait a minute. I got it wrong again. KM. I'm sorry, Kevin. This is KA4AMI.
You're 10 over in Dadeville.
Yeah, you give me Stan's call. That's okay, though. Stan's got a good signal. I'll take it. All right, Eddie, no, you're fine that time. Yep, I love my little Ranger. 230 watts or mils on the plate and 5-6 mils on the grid and let her go. Mine won't quite do 100. It's about 90 something, but I've had it. It's probably got some weak tubes. I've had it 30 something years or better. All righty, well, with that, let me go and kick this thing off. Welcome everybody to Tuesday night. This is the SAMRC, that stands for Southeastern AM Radio Club Swap and Fellowship Net. This is the pre-net prior to the net, which will start in approximately less than 30 minutes. Sam will be the host this evening. KF4TXQ, he'll be assuming the call W4AMI, which is the club call sign. Alrighty, before we get started, let me tell you what I've got, and then we'll take some check-ins here. I've got WB0JZG Kevin, CDJ Dan, TXQ Sam, AX Max, CVI Ken, KLV Clark, AMI Eddie Brown, and CWW Perry. Alright, if I did not call you and you'd like to get on the pre-net roster, Please come at this time. This is WA4KM.
W4MA.
N4OZI.
KK4GZQ.
K4BKC.
Kilo Bravo.
November 4 Alpha Kilo N4 AK.
Okay, at the beginning, it was kind of a train wreck, but let me tell you what I got out of that if I can read my chicken scratch here. I got Manuel, KW4TV, Greg, Tom, TAB, KK4GZQ, Kevin, Bob, BKC, and Glenn, AK. And I know I missed some at the beginning. If I didn't call you, could you please come back? This is WA4KM.
N4OZI.
34KR.
Kilo Bravo 4 Delta Kilo Whiskey.
Oh, there was a lot. There was a light one in there. Okay, on that last one, I've got, there was a W call at the beginning, but I got N4OZI after that, Alan, Don, K5HFG, KKJ, and Stan, W4KR. I know I missed a couple because there were some doubling going on. If I didn't call you, please come again.
W4 Mike Alpha W4MA.
Whiskey 4, Romeo Golf.
You want me to relay you, Roy? Roger.
I got Roy that time, and then I got DMA there. I believe that was Bill. I'm not sure. I'm going to say it was. And then there's somebody on sideband, on lower sideband. I seen them on the scope. We're on AM. If you'd like to get on the AM net, we'd sure love to have you, but you're on the lower sideband. This is WA4KM. All right, do we have any other check-ins for the pre-net? We've already got almost a whole page. This is great, guys. Please come down.
W4 WW Charlie.
Hey, W4 WW Charlie. And I got Bill's on there last night. W4MA up there. I believe that was him. W4MA. Okay, all right, well, let's start off here. Let's see, Eddie Brown, all these guys had a turn. Let's pick up Perry. He was the first one I heard that hadn't made a transmission, and we'll pick up Perry, and then Manuel, Greg, TAB, and on down the list here. KW4TV, this is WA4KM in the pre-net.
Well, all right, I guess I'll go ahead and pick it up. Good evening, Kevin. Good evening, Roy. To everybody that's on here, just good to hear everybody. I won't hold it up. You got a big list, Kevin. Just thank you for getting me on the list and getting me paid. KW4TV, back to you, Kevin.
All right, Manuel, sounding good out of Florida. Sounded real good out of Florida. All righty, let's see. Let me put a little dot there. I usually mark a little dot here, and then I'll cross them out as we go on. Next on the list, we got Mr. Greg, WA4III. Greg, over to you for your comments in the pre-net. WA4KM.
Yeah, WA4KM in the group. This is WA4III. Hope I've got this thing adjusted pretty close. But anyway, had a good day today. But later in the evening, the wind picked up, and it got kind of chilly to me. The outside temperature, according to my little instrument there, said it was 55 degrees, but it was cold. I had to put my coat on. Got a good crowd coming on here. So go ahead and pick them up. WA4KM, this is WA4III.
Okay, Greg, good to hear you. Good talking with you earlier, too, on the phone. Always enjoyed chatting with you. And good signal. We got a lot better band conditions tonight than last night. It was horrible. The worst, I'm like Mac, it's the worst I've heard in years. All righty, next on the list, W9TAB. Tom, down there in Florida. What you got for the net, pre-net there, Tom? WA4KM.
WA4KM, W9TAB. Good evening. Thanks, Tim, for running the pre-net. Everybody's sounding good. I mean, the conditions are absolutely good. Nice conditions. I mean, everybody's booming in here. That's about it. They just got home a few minutes ago and did a little bit of running around town here doing some last minute or early Christmas shopping either way. Other than that, that's about all I got. Bring that back over to you, Kevin. You sounded good as usual, Kevin. Excellent. Good quality signal. Anyway, W4KM, W9TAB. Thanks a lot, buddy.
All righty, Tom. Thank you, sir. You got a good signal, too, coming out of Florida. Always a pleasure. All righty, next we're going to send it up to Nonsuch, Kentucky. And my good friend up there, KK4GZQ. Kevin, come on in on the pre-net, WA4KM.
Okay, Kevin. Thanks for picking me up. WA4KM with the pre-net, KK4GZQ, and good evening to everybody. But just amazing the amount of check-ins tonight, and everybody sounding great up here. I copied Tom down in Florida, W9TAB, and everybody that you were trying to copy. I believe there was one light station that maybe didn't get picked up there, but nonetheless, that's about what I heard here, Kevin, and I'll send it back your way, and I'll be along for the net and on the 610, the Mousetrap with the R392 in the loop here tonight. WA4KM, KK4GZQ, back to you.
All right, Kevin, good to hear you on the Mousetrap. I tell you, every time I hear that transmitter on, I can't help but think of Liz down there in Florida. Boy, she was I'm telling you what, she was a whiz with radios. She was just as good as any man out there working on them. Probably better than most, but appreciate you stopping by. Let me just see before we pick up. Let's see, next we'll pick, well, let me see. I'll pick up Bob, and then we'll take some more check-ins if we got some out there. K4BKC, Bob's up to you in Columbia, WA4KM.
On WA4KM in the pre-net, this is K4BKC. Well, good evening, Kevin. Good evening to everybody on the pre-net. It's 55 degrees here in Columbia. It's been a nice day. Good day to rake leaves, as Mac said, and we've got plenty of them. They're showering down upon us. But good conditions tonight. I'm sorry the band was bad last night, but everybody's sounding great tonight. Good to hear everybody. Back to you, Kevin. WA4KM, K4BKC.
All right, Bob, appreciate it. Yeah, and you always got a good commanding signal and great, beautiful audio, as always. Almost 40 over, real good. And yes, the band is way better than it was last night. It was horrible, and that's a good thing. Okay, let's see. Next on the, well, let's see. I was going to see if we got any more check-ins that'd like to check in on the pre-net for the Tuesday evening SAMRC Swap and Fellowship net. If you are out on the list and would like to get on there, please come at this time. This is WA4KM.
W4JPL.
Somebody doubled at the beginning. I did hear John VZS. There was somebody before and after. Could you please come again, sir?
KE4EZ. W4JPL.
Kilowatt Echo 4 Echo Zulu.
Okay, KE4ES, I got you, and I got W4GCM. Anyone else?
KE4EZ. EZ there, over.
Relay, Kev. W4JPL.
Yeah, keyed up. I got KE4EZ. I got you, sir. And there was another L. I went to key up about the time I heard you. Could you come back?
Yeah, this is W4JPL.
Okay, I think I had you. W4JCM?
Juliet Papa Lima.
W4JPL, that's John.
Okay, yep. I think I done you the same way the other night. Juliet Papa Lima. I apologize for that. W4JPL. All right, then. Okay. All right, well, let's see. Let's go on down here, and I got KE4EZ and then also John as well. All right, next on the list, let's send it up there to Sunset up there to Mr. Glenn, N4AK. Glenn, it's over to you for your comments in the pre-net. W84KM.
Okay, Kevin, WA4KM, and a fine group. Conditions are very good so far tonight. This is November 4 Alpha Kilo, Glenn in Sunset, South Carolina. I'm hearing some calls that I've never worked before, so that's great. It's 50 degrees here in Sunset right now, and it's been a clear, beautiful day. Back to you, Kevin, WA4KM, N4AK.
All righty, Glenn, always good to hear you. Yeah, we've got some new people coming in here, and some that's been here before, but it's been a long time, which is good, and hopefully we'll have even more. I get a few emails from time to time, people, some of them want to get their license, and some of them hadn't been here in a while, so it's always good to hear people from the past, and looking forward to some of the newer ones. Okay, let's see. Oh, Lord, let me get my volume knob ready here. Manuel said he was going to relay him in, but anyway, let's send it down there to Roy, W4I Diddle Diddle, WA4KM in the pre-net. Come on in here, Roy.
All right, thank you, Kevin. This is Whiskey 4, India Delta Delta, and I go by an alias of I Diddle Diddle. So there you go. Well, Kevin, it's bad to be running a Cowabunga and be covered up by a man on the mountain running Lord knows how many watts. But anyway, he's my buddy and my friend, so I'm not going to carry this any further. Anyway, everybody's sounding good tonight, and I'm not going to parry the situation. I'm going to turn it back to you because you've got a crowd in there tonight, young man, doing a fine job. Back to you from W4, I Diddle Diddle, Pensacola.
All right, Roy. Yeah, old man, you know, he's a big roller, high roller down there on that tallest mountain in Florida. I talked to him earlier today, and he was lifting his antenna up. He said 4 more feet, so he won't try to get another dB, I think. Anyway, all righty. Let's see. Next on the list, we got well, no, he's not my co-host. He's Stan's co-host, but the other pre-net guy is Alan. And he's up on beautiful Lake Cheerful in Woodstock, Georgia. Alan, over to you for your comments in the pre-net. N4OZI, WA4KM.
Okay, very good, Kevin. WA4KM, it's N4OZI. You're booming in as always. It's good to hear you in there, and good to hear everybody in there. Gosh, it's a lot of people, so I'll keep it short. Just say hello to everybody, and everybody's sounding good, and we'll just sitting back and enjoying the net. And sorry to hear that the band wasn't doing too good last night. I know the other day 40 was really dropped out. Just the bottom had dropped out of it. I couldn't hear anything. And so I think we've had some CMEs that caused some problems, but everything seems to be doing real good tonight, so it's good to have it back. So with that, too many people to list to call out to say hello to, so I'll just turn it back to you, Kevin. WA4KM, it's N4OZI.
Okay, Alan, well, I appreciate it. I tell you, the last couple of weeks on all the nets, especially this one, and of course even the Monday night's been really big. Stan was mentioning it when y'all done it last week. It was like 31 check-ins, so we're going from 15 to 20 to 30, and who knows what, and that's a good sign. And we've got a long one. I've already got almost a whole page tonight, which is a good thing. Well, let me move on down the road here and send it up there to Tick Ridge up there, K5HFG. Don, it's over to you for your comments. WA4KM in the pre-net.
WA4KM, this is K5HFG on Tick Ridge. I'm surprised that we got such good conditions tonight. I truly am. I've been watching that sun activity all day, and I didn't think it would be worth much on the radio tonight. So far, we're doing pretty good. Bob up in Columbia, well, what a powerful signal he's giving me tonight. And Mac is just, you can't say nothing about Mac other than I wish I was like him. Good voice and great signal. And a couple other guys are hanging between 10 and 20 over, so looks like it's going to be better than last night. That's a good thing. And I notice there's not as much noise. We'll see how it plays out. WA4KM, K5HFG.
Well, I know I'm sure hearing you a lot better this evening, Don, like your normal self, and that's a good thing. And always good to hear you on there. Okay, let's see. Well, let me see before I pick up Greg down there, KKJ. Let me just take a standby and see if we've got anybody else that would like to get on the pre-net roster this evening for the SAMRC Swap and Fellowship Net. And for the ones listening out there on the shortwave, that stands for Southeastern AM Radio Club. If you're not on the list and would like to get on there, please come now at this time.
W4OLJ.
Alrighty, hello Virgil, good to hear you. I got you. Alrighty, next on the list, let's send it WB4KKJ. Greg, it's over to you for your comments in the pre-net. This is WA4KM. Okay, well, you're sounding good, Greg. Good copy. Everybody sounded good this evening. No joke. It's a whole lot better. So, with that said, let me send it up there to the Golden Corner, right outside of Walhalla. Mr. Stan, it's over to you. W4KR, WA4KM.
All right, Brother Kevin, WA4, WA4KM. W4KR. Good evening, everybody. I'm like Alan. I'm not going to run down the list. The list is too long. We got too many people in here. Kevin, doing a great job. Good evening to you. Good to hear you. And good to hear everybody. Yeah, band conditions. Yeah, you were struggling last night, Kevin. It was kind of rough, but tonight we're all being blessed, and so be thankful and carry on. Temperature here is in the middle 50s, also 55, 56. It's been it's partly sunny but partly gloomy today also here. So back to you, Kevin. Carry on, and we'll be here for the duration. WA4KM. This is W4KR.
All right, Stan. Well, yeah, you're booming in here as always, and yeah, the band's in fantastic shape, and I love these long lists. I know a lot of people. I mean, the more the merrier. It's getting back like old times. All righty, next on the list, I got W4MA Bill. Bill, it's over to you for your comments in the pre-net. This is WA4KM.
WA4KM from W4MA. Good evening, Kevin. Good evening to all the guys that are checking in. Kevin, nice to check in 2 nights in a row. Band conditions seem really good tonight. A lot of guys checking in. Just want to say hello to all, and hope everyone's enjoying the day like I have. Back to you, Kevin. Doing a great job.
Okay, Bill. Well, good to hear you, and I'm glad you surfaced back and came back around. I remember talking with you years ago. I detected something, and it may be RF or something. I mean, you were completely understandable, but there was just a little fuzz on your signal. Just an FYI, you're completely audible. Just a little FYI there. But you're sounding good. Good signal, good strong signal into West Georgia. Alrighty, next on the list I've got W4 WWC. I haven't heard him in a while, so over to you, sir, for your comments in the pre-net. This is WA4KM.
WA4KM, this is W4 WWC. Good afternoon. Well, actually, good evening, Kevin. Appreciate you picking me up. Hope you can hear me. I'm running a screaming 40-watt LMAC here tonight, listening on a PMR8 and enjoying all these fantastic AM signals. Band is bodacious. It's very good. And I'll say a shout out to John, W4JPL, and Virgil down there, not too far from me here, down there in southeastern Tennessee there. Good evening to you, Virgil. Won't hold it, Kevin. I know you got a lot in here, but thanks again for picking me up. Kind of cool out there. Wind's picking up. Supposed to get some kind of wintry junk here tonight, but who knows? It is December. WA4KM. This is W4 WWC. Thanks much.
Here, Richard in there, WFL. I did hear you in there, and I got you on the list at the beginning there, and always good to hear you there, WWC. Next, let's see, I'm going to pick up VZS. Before I do that, let me grab Mac up here real quick again. W4AX, we got a big thing here. Thanks for helping with the roundtable at the beginning of the net. Over to you, Mac, for your comments. This is WA4KM in the pre-net.
All right, Kevin, thanks so much. Well, I'll keep it short. I'm always pleased to help any way I can. And let's get some of these others in here before we run out of time. WA4KM, W4AX, and thanks for running the pre-net.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, next on the list, we got John, K4VZS. John, over to you for your comments. WA4KM.
WA4KM, K4VZS. Well, I want to tell Mac first. I put your greetings in here in a minute, Mac. I don't even know how. I guess it's modulating. Okay. Anyway, this is on the flat. I think the scramblers came in and worked on it over the weekend for me. Corrected a few things that seem to be going now. Anyway, you got a good net going, and I'll pass it on back to you so you can maybe get a few more in. WA4KM, K4VZS.
W4WSL.
Hey, Matt, could you grab this real quick? This is my heart doctor. I need to take this call just for a second, please. WA4KM.
Okay, thanks. And I've been trying to keep a list. I may have missed someone. If I have, please accept my apology. Next, we'll go over to Kilo Echo 4 Echo Zulu for your comments, sir. This is W4AX.
W4WSL just broke back.
Yeah, I got him.
Did my receiver just quit?
All right, thanks so much. KE4EZ in Panama City, W4AX, thanks. I'll try to get two more in. Over to you, John, W4JPL, and Richard, I did get you WFL. So W4JPL, over to you, sir.
Okay, good evening, everybody. I'll keep this real short. Name is John. I'm in Liberty, North Carolina. 43 degrees, running a Johnson 500 National 270 receiver. Back to net, W4 JPL Liberty.
All right, W4 JPL, W4X. That sounded almost like a military transmission, John. I bet you got some of that in there somewhere. W4 GCM, over to you, W4AX. W4 GCM, W4AX. Okay, nothing heard. Over to you, Virgil, W4 OLJ, W4AX.
Okay, Mac. W4AX, this is W4OLJ. Don't have much. I just wanted to get in here and get my name on the list. Copying Don over there in Tick Ridge about as well as I've ever heard him. I don't think I've heard him this well. He's really rolling in, and good to hear you up there, Mark. WWC, you're coming in good down here on the LMAC. So back to you, Mac, and thanks a lot. W4AX, W4OLJ.
All right, thank you so much, Virgil, and you've got a great signal up here in Ball Ground. I think we got time for one more, and it's the last one I have on my list. W4 WFL, over to you, Richard, W4AX.
Okay, well, thanks a lot, Mac, and I won't hold it up. I know we're short on time, so anyway, I'll hand it over to whoever's running the net tonight. 73, this is W4 WFL, Pensacola.
Okay, I think we got them all. Sam, it's over to you, KF4TXQ, W4AX.
All right, thank you, Mac. W4,
X.
WAX, I believe is right. I've been writing so many calls down here, they're all running together in my mind. You know how it is. This is Kilo Fox 4 Tango X-Ray Quebec, Dadeville, Alabama, on the usual, which is a 7300, driving a pair of A13s, triode connected, and got plenty of stable DC on the plates. But anyway, let me see here. I'll tell you what, I got the craziest list you ever saw. But anyway, what I was trying to do is to keep up with everything. But you know, when you have two people taking the list and a third person getting screwed up, what you gonna do? I just do the best I can and smile and go on. All right, this is W4AMI. This is the official call sign of the Southeastern AM Radio Club. My name is Sam. My call is Kilo Fox 4 Tango X-Ray Quebec. I'm in Dadeville, Alabama, about 50 miles north of Montgomery, Alabama, the state capital. And anyway, we got a blessed night here. We got wonderful conditions. A little bit of QSB and a little bit of weirdness going on, but you know how it is. The sun does as it pleases. And that crazy old sun got nothing to do but mess with propagation all day. All right, let's see here. Kevin, are you back yet? WA4KM, you got anything you want to add before we proceed?
Well, I didn't get to do it. I'm sorry about that. That was my heart doctor, and they're going to schedule an echocardiogram. I had a little episode a night or two ago, and I had to take that because it's Emory, and you know how hard it is to even get in to see them. They're 6 months behind. I'll finish it up. If you don't care, just what I normally do, I'm just going to tell everybody. It's kind of my little thing. Appreciate everybody checking into the pre-net, and I apologize that I had to take that. But that's my heart doctor, and I've got a mechanical heart valve in, and I'm having a little trouble with it. But nothing. I hope it's nothing serious. But anyway, everybody, if y'all got anything y'all would like to list or anything, get with Sam. And as always, as I normally say, I didn't get to, is go to the website and check it out. W4AMI.org and see what the club's about, and and see lots of good pictures and projects going on, stuff for sale. And if you want to be a member, well, you can do that. Get with Eddie Brown. They'll give you a number. It's no charge, and he'll even get you a certificate mailed out, but there'll be a little charge on the mail, which hardly nothing. And okay, that's my part of it, finishing up. And again, I apologize, but I had to get that call. And Mac, thanks for stepping in. Sam, it is a long list, and I will be here to help you through it. And it's a good one. So with that said, thank you guys. This is WA4KM Kevin in the city of Golden, Villa Rica. Over to you, Sam. W4AMI.
Okay, thank you, Kevin. Thanks for a good pre-net. And don't you apologize at all about accepting a call from your heart doctor. That's a high priority in anybody's book. But anyway, let's hope everything goes well. All right, well, we're going to start going down the list. But first, we're going to go to our president, K4 BKC in Columbia, Tennessee. Brother Bob, it is your turn, sir. This is W4AMI. Over.
Well, W4AMI and the net, this is K4 BKC. My name is Bob. I'm in Columbia, Tennessee, about 45 miles south of Nashville. Boy, the conditions are good tonight. I'm really enjoying hearing all these great AM signals, all the different rigs that are on, and they all sound good. I'd like to get you all to continue to remember Miss Susan W4YL, the wife of our recently deceased member W4CT, Ben, and just remember Susan and the rest of Ben's family in your thoughts and prayers. I know they'll appreciate it. And at the risk of being repetitive, I'll go through the list of events coming up. We've got the Heavy Metal Rally, January the 6th. It's an AM event. And the AM rally, February the 4th, 5th, and 6th, is another AM event. And the Dalton Ham Fest, February the 24th. And Dalton is always a great ham fest. On the Collins 20V2 tonight, and listening on the R390, and just really enjoying all these great signals. Thanks, Kevin and Mac, for jumping in with the pre-net, and thank you, Sam, for picking me up. W4AMI, this is K4 BKC. Back to you, Sam.
Thank you, Brother Bob. K4 BKC, Columbia, Tennessee. And I just realized you're about as far south from the capital of Tennessee as I am from the capital of Alabama. So, and that's sort of the way it goes. But we've been having good weather, and you know, it was a little strange yesterday, but that's all right. Of course, we all witnessed that in terms of what Old Man Sun was doing to the propagation. So we're just going to rock along and do the best we can. All right. Let's see, I don't think our trustee is on frequency, but anyway, just for kicks and giggles, I'm going to call on him anyway. WV4GWA, Dr. Ron, are you there? This is W4AMI.
May I make a comment, Sam? K4BKC.
Anything pertinent. Roger, roger.
Dr. Ron has his Christmas dinner at church tonight, and he's not going to be able to be here. Back to you, Sam.
Thank you, Bob. Well, I didn't want to leave him out. I'm glad you chimed in there to give us an update. Okay, next on our list is Eddie Brown, our Secretary-Treasurer, Johnny Go Fix It All. This is W4AMI. Over to you there, Eddie Brown. KA4AMI, Williamson, Georgia. Over.
Oh, that's me. W4AMI, this is KA4AMI. Good evening, Sam, and thank you for being there, and thank you, Kevin, for handling the pre-net, and Mac. Well, I tell you what, we're getting quite of an assembly going early here. Thank you all, and good evening to everybody. And oh, by the way, Sam, thanks for the signal report earlier. I hope I'm still doing the same. We 100 watts tonight. I'll describe it later, but Christmas is just around the corner, and we're looking forward to celebration, which is actually, it's already begun here in these parts, so you'd think it was Christmas Eve. But for some reason, our subdivision over here is just lit up, and it's good. It's good to see people are getting out again, and I guess they're not afraid of getting sick. I don't know what that has to do with decorating, but they're in the spirit this year, which is a good thing. We had a beautiful day here, and the temperature now is 49 degrees, and we're looking for 39 for an overnight low. I'm on the Johnson Viking 2 tonight. We're putting out just a hair over 100 watts, and I'm talking on a D104 mic and moving it around if you hear something weird going on. Listening on a 75 Collins 75A3, and we're using the in-fed half-wave antenna as always. And I guess I selected this rig. It's one of my lower power rigs. I don't really have a high power rig, but it's 100 watts. And I started to put the DX60 on, but I didn't think it would work tonight. But I guess I was doing it because I was thinking about Ben, W4CT. He always would run the minimum power needed, and the man always set an example in every way for all of us. He's been on my mind all afternoon. Anyway, say 73 to everybody. Stay strong and healthy, and we'll talk to you again maybe Thursday night. If not, we'll hear you next Tuesday night. And thanks for all the people that checked in. We couldn't do this club activity of our net without it. But we're proud to be here and proud to hear everyone. So a lot of good signals, and 7-3 for now. This is KA4AMI. Back to you, Ned.
All right, Eddie Brown, no doubt about it. You do a lot for the club and for the net and all of that, and we thank you, sir. And I hope you're enjoying life in the little burg of Williamson, Georgia. That's a great little place. And I hope that restaurant there, the Georgia barbecue, whatever it's called now, used to be Papa Willie's. But anyway, that was a great place. I really enjoyed it, and I hope it's still doing well. Okay, let's see. We go down the list here. I believe we've checked with everything with all the officers. I serve as the vice president of the club and so forth, and I'm honored to do so. I love it, and we want to thank Kevin for all the work he does. My co-host in this net, and we have a good time. And Kevin puts out a great signal, I'll tell you right now. He's got a clean station, and that's what you need to do. And I experiment around, and I make no bones about it. I love good AM no matter how it's made, and the more efficient the better, and the more reliable even better than that. So this is W4AMI with the Southeastern AM Radio Club Swap and Fellowship Net. Are there any comments for the net control, anything we need to bring up before we go on down the list? This is W4AMI. Well, nothing. All right, mighty good. Well, I'm glad that the noises have not increased. I was worried about that, but you never know. Do the best you can while you got it, and we'll smile and go on, and hope for the best and brace for the worst. Anyhow, okay, the first on my list here is Manuel in the tallest mountain in Florida, KW4TV. It is your turn, sir. This is W4AMI.
Okay, W4AMI, you caught me sleeping. I had to find my key. Doing well, Sam. Thank you and Kevin for the job you do. You do a great job, and it's turning a little bit cool down here. I'm gonna have to turn the heat up a little bit. Here in Florida, we don't get a whole lot of cold weather, but we do get cool weather. But anyway, a lot of good stations in here tonight. Just wanted to jump in and say hello to everybody. And I won't hold you up, Sam. Thank you for the job you and Kevin are doing and have done. Back to you, Sam. KW4TV from the tallest mountain in Florida.
Thank you, Manuel. And you always have a great signal. Appreciate you being there, and hope life is good in your community. Enjoy. All right, next on the list is Kevin, KK4GZQ, Nonsuch, Kentucky. It is your turn, Kevin. This is W4AMI.
W4AMI in the net, KK4GZQ, and good evening to everybody on the net. I've been through the pre-net and lots of good check-ins, and boy, you guys just did a great job getting everybody handled and taken care of, and thanks to you, Sam, for running the net, and thanks to you, Kevin, for the pre-net, and also Mac for his help with the pre-net. So anyway, I'm like Roy. I'm just glad to be here, and I'm enjoying all the signals here tonight, hearing everybody real well on the Stuart Warner R392. Sam, back to you, and thank you again for running the net. W4AMI, KK4GZQ.
Okay, mighty fine, Kevin. You're sounding great tonight. I'm wondering if you're on the mousetrap tonight, over.
Yes, sir. I got the old mousetrap on the air tonight, Sam.
Roger, roger. That mousetrap used to live here years ago, and then it went through several hands. Liz Wilson's hands were some of the most significant. And boy, she prettied that thing up, I'll tell you right now. But anyway, I love BT610s. I learned a lot from them, and it had a whole lot to do with the way I configured this Little Hoss amplifier that I'm using now, which is a pair 813. So let's see. All right, let's go to Greg, WA4III in Rogersville, Alabama. It is your turn, sir. W4AMI.
Hey, W4AMI in the net. This is WA4III. Well, good evening again, and been a good day today. Got a little bit accomplished out in the shop, like I was talking to you about. The Kenwood R499, R599A seems to be doing a good job. But I tell you what, it threw me for a few loops. But when I got down to it, it was simple. But anyhow, that's the way I am. When you get old, you know, you look over a bunch of stuff. I know that most of y'all are not old enough to understand about your age, but your mind's the second thing you lose. And anyway, thanks for picking me up. It says it's 52 degrees on the front porch, and that's the coldest 52 I believe I've ever seen. I believe it's more like 32 is what it feels like anyway. Thanks for picking me up, W4AMI. Yeah, that's right. This is WA4III. Back to net.
Thank you for being there, Greg. And I tell you what, you always got a good signal on, and you do wonderful projects and so forth, and appreciate you being there. All right, next on the list is Glenn, N4AK in Sunset, South Carolina. It is your turn, sir. W4AMI.
Roger, W4AMI. This is November 4, Alpha Kilo in Sunset. Beautiful day here in South Carolina today and upstate. 50 degrees outside. It might be about 36 in the morning. It hadn't been too bad. I'm on a classic rig tonight. I'm on a Johnson 500 D104, receiving on a NC183 Delta. So playing the game. Everybody's signal sounds great tonight, these wonderful AM signals. So back to net control, W4AMI, November 4, Alpha Kilo.
All right, there was somebody in there. Did anybody pick up that station? I could not quite copy. I'm getting too much noise in there with it. Over. Was that WB0JZG? Was that you, Kevin? I have no idea who that was. Did anybody identify that station?
Yes, sir. Sam, it's WB0JZG. Kevin wanted to know if he's on the list.
Okay, he's on the list, and in fact, he's coming up pretty soon. So, but anyway, thanks a whole lot there, Mac. And Mac, you're always a great standby watching the proceedings and filling them when it's necessary, and that's a wonderful trait. I'll tell you right now, I appreciate it, and I know Kevin appreciates it. So, anyway, you not only have great operating practices, but great construction practices and so forth, and you do wonderful work. Okay. Here we go. WB0JZG, I'm going to call on you now. Kevin down in Lakeland, Florida. It is your turn, sir. This is W4AMI.
All right, well, good evening. Well, I wasn't sure if I was on the list, but they got so many people in here tonight. It's really a good group. I'm running Super Senior. It's made in the revoice now that I've got it back. Everything on it is happy. It's doing what it should, and modulating 100%. So I'm not going to hold it long. I'm listening on my solid-state home-built receiver and my antenna, which is the 2 half waves in phase that beams north. It seems to like to do just that. So very good. W4AMI and the whole SMARC group, WB0JZG. Kevin, Lakeland, Florida.
Okay, Kevin, that makes good sense to me. If you're down the peninsula, it's best to have you a phased array pointing north. That certainly makes sense. All right, you got a good signal coming up here. We're getting a little noise in the background, and I think that has to do with the propagation patterns and so forth. But, okay, let's go on down to Pensacola again. W4I Diddle Diddle. It is your turn, sir. This is W4AMI.
W4AMI. W4I Diddle Diddle. Thank you, Sam. Beautiful signal down here this evening. The needle's going all the way over. So everything's over to the right. So there you go. Well, Sam, I'm running Miss Daisy May this evening, a B&W 5100, and she's a B model. And the B stands for beautiful, in case y'all didn't know that. And an NC300 receiver, and a pair of 813s and a B&W amplifier. And we're just a pound to be here. We can't stand it. Kevin, up there in Numb Chalks, you sounded good this evening. Usually I'm having trouble hearing you lately, but you're sounding good this evening. Good to hear you in there. And that's about it. Sam, I'm not going to hold it. You've got a real big list this evening, and I'm going to turn it back to you with this little statement. I hope everybody out there in Radio Land feels as good as feels as good as I look. Yeah, there you go. And I want to be the first this evening to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Back to you, Sam, from W4I Diddle Diddle, Pensacola.
Pretty over.
All right, yes, indeed. Merry Christmas to you also, and everybody on the net. And it is the season. Let's don't forget what the season represents. So, all right, here we go on down the list. Don, K5HFG, Tick Ridge, Mississippi. Don, you always have a good signal. I'm hoping it's holding up. You don't never know what the old man sun and the propagation are going to do to us. But anyway, it is your turn, Don. K5HFG, W4AMI.
W4AMI, this is K5HFG. Good evening, Sam, and I'll tell you, you had a bodacious signal into Tick Ridge tonight. Last night was not as good, but tonight you have it fired up, and the sun's cooperating. It's going to the other side of the globe, and it's not going to pick on us as hard as it did last night. But it was very active today. I was worried, but it turned out okay. Everybody's starting to sound better. I guess it's because we got a little later in the evening now, and it worked out pretty good for us. Nothing important to report, but good to hear Greg up in Nunsuch, and not Greg, I'm sorry, Kevin. Kevin, I'm sorry I don't hear you so much anymore. I forget your name. But I copied you Q5 down here tonight. The old mousetrap was working good for you my way. And of course, I heard OLJ, Virgil, when you came on, you were 20 over. QSB got you a little bit, but you come back up to 20 over, and it was a fine signal. Everybody else was sounding decent. There were a few that I could not hear, but maybe next week will be a little bit better. 73, everybody. Have a good rest of the week, and I'll shoot it back to you, Sam. You're sounding good here in northeast Mississippi. W4AMI K5HFG 73.
73 to you, Don, and appreciate you being there. And you're sounding great from down there in Mississippi at Tick Ridge. And we appreciate you being there. Great sounding station. All right, let's go to Walhalla. Stan, W4KR, with his scribe and XYL at his side. This is W4AMI. It is your turn, sir.
Okay, thank you, Sam. Good evening. W4AMI, this is W4KR, Walhalla, South Carolina. Good evening to everybody. Copying everybody just fine. Don, HFG, man, you were really rocking the boat here with your transmission there a minute ago. You're unusually loud tonight, so I guess maybe the band is just a bit on the long side, but it's working well. Temperature here is about 54 right now. It's dropped a couple of degrees since in the last 45 minutes, and I expect it's going to go down into the low 40s tonight, and Lord knows what tomorrow's going to bring. We'll find out what it gets when it gets here. Got a big box of goodies today, Sam, from Mauser. So I think I have just about all the parts I needed to get the new big rig on the air, and one of these days it'll be barking at you. Sam, take care, carry on, and we'll catch you next Tuesday night. W4AMI, this is W4KR.
Okay, mighty fine, Stan. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing that rig on the air. I know you're looking forward to getting it going, and you are a credit to the art of restoring and AM radio. All right. Next, we got Alan in Woodstock, Georgia, N4OZI. He does the pre-net when
Sorry, Alan.
Stan is doing the net on alternate Tuesday nights. N4OZI, Lake Cheerful, Georgia. It is your turn, sir. W4AMI.
Okay, Sam. W4AMI, N4OZI. I always tell people I'm near the shores of beautiful Lake Cheerful, where I am. And that's where my fish went that I had in my little pond behind the house, but decided to give that up, and then they're now living it high on the hog in Lake Cheerful. But anyway, sounding real good. Everybody's got a good signal coming in over here into Woodstock, where it's been a nice day. Didn't quite get as much rain as we had hoped with this last batch of rain. They were saying a couple inches, and my rain gauge said 0.6 of an inch. So that's a little disappointing. But hey, we'll take it. And got more work to do outside on the deck. I got to get that done. Got a lot of other stuff. Hadn't had a chance to do anything on radios because trying to get outside work done before the cold temperatures get too cold. And hopefully we can get some more done tomorrow. So with that, turn it back to you, Sam. Appreciate you calling the net. Kevin, appreciate you calling the pre-net. Mac, appreciate you stepping in. It's great to hear everybody. So we'll say 73s and turn it back to you, Sam, W4AMI, to take it. This is N4OZI.
All right, thank you, Alan. Got a fine signal, and I'm glad you got everything going your way up there on Lake Cheerful in Woodstock, Georgia. All right, we got WA4 WWC. It's your turn, sir. This is W4AMI. Over. I'm not hearing him. Is anybody hearing him?
Not there, Sam.
Okay,
I don't hear him, sir.
Okay, next on my list is Bill, W4MA. Mr. Bill, it is your turn, sir. This is W4AMI.
Yeah, W4AMI from W4MA. Good afternoon, good evening to the group. Glad to be here. Name here is Bill. I'm in North Georgia, between Ellijay and Dahlonega, running a Ranger, Johnson Ranger, and a little Curry amplifier. Receiving everyone on the 75A4. Copying everyone quite well. Got a little bit of report on RF on the signal, and working on that. Let's see here. That may be a little better right there. But anyway, good signals on everyone. I hope mine is half as good as what I'm hearing. You got a big group there, Sam. Always good to hear you and say hello. Back to you and let you handle the group. You got a lot on your list there. I appreciate you. The effort. W4AMI from W4MA 73.
73 to you, Mr. Bill. Mighty good to have you on the net. And the whole life is good in Ellijay. I imagine it is. And that's a pleasant little place there. A lot of good goings on around there. And good place to live. All right, next on my list is Tom, W9TAB in Pensacola. Tom, it is your turn, sir. W4AMI.
W4AMI, W9TAB. Thanks, Sam, for doing the net. Sounds good. Kevin, thanks for doing the pre-net. Tell you what, got some wonderful signals coming down here to Pensacola, Florida. Here talking on the Collins 32V2, 75A2 receiver. This little Collins pair has been through several hands. I got them from Charlie Toe, who got them from Greg, W4KKJ, who got them from John, K4BZS. Not sure where John got them from. It's been through several hands. And at one time, I know the 32V2 was owned by Ben Booth. So I'm just a proud owner of these beautiful radios here. Anyway, I hope they're doing justice. Anyway, good conditions. Weather was beautiful. Really enjoyed it. Got out today. Had a lot of air and fun. Did a little tweaking around here in the shack. Did some building on some things. Anyway, I can turn back over to the net. Thanks again, Sam, and you're sounding wonderful as usual down here. It's always good to hear your voice, Sam, and pleasure. W4AMI, W9TAB, back to the net. Good evening, everybody.
Well, good evening to you, Tom, and you always sound wonderful on the net in Pensacola, so appreciate you being there. And let's go back to your neighbor in Pensacola, Mr. John, K4VZS. It is your turn, sir. W4AMI.
W4AMI, K4VZS. Well, Sam, I was on the Flex during the pre-net, but I turned the Johnson best kilowatt on. I thought I'd like to just talk on tubes tonight. And of course, this is my favorite. This is on the HRO60. And enjoying the tube and the heat and so on and so forth. It's a good net tonight. Don, up there at Peak Ridge, you just tearing the speaker out down here tonight. I think that's the loudest I've ever heard you. And of course, Virgil is in here strong too, but... And Mac, my buddy Mac. I tell you, he might have to, when you described him earlier, you might add to him that a great friend and likes to help anybody that needs it. Anyway, I won't keep it. Enjoying the net tonight. Really enjoying the net tonight. W4AMI, K4VZS, go.
Okay, John, mighty fine. You're sounding great from Pensacola. And yeah, I'll echo on your description of Mac. All those years of good military service instills a lot of good habits and good instincts. And it's not wasted, I'll tell you right now. I can remember when you couldn't be elected president in this country unless you'd served in the military. And I think maybe that ought to come back. That's just me, what I know. All right, next in the list here I've got Kilo Echo 4 Echo Zulu, KE4EZ. It is your turn. This is W4AMI.
Yeah, W4AMI in the group is KE4EZ from Beach, Panama City Beach, Florida. And everybody's sounding great tonight. Just sounding great. Yeah, it's good to get the bands back after a dead couple of days. And running the Globe Champion 350, a Hammerlin HQ 170A. And the antenna's about 30 feet up in the palm tree, open wire fed dipole. Everyone sounds good here tonight. I wanted to throw out there, I do have some tubes that somebody might be looking for. I've got a new 4400. I've got a couple of new 4250As and probably 465As kicking around. Anybody needs them. Yeah, besides that, we also got some much needed rain. And it's nice to feel the cooler temperatures here. It's been a hot summer and even a warm fall, and we've enjoyed the water. The water's been great this year with the lack of rain and stuff, and we've certainly enjoyed that part of it. But it's nice to have it cooling off here. So we brought our uncles a Merry Christmas, and I hope everyone has a good Christmas. And, of course, I'll probably catch you guys on the net before then. But it's wonderful to hear the AM signals on the air tonight, and I'm thankful for that. Back to you there, Sam.
All right, thank you, sir. You're sounding great from Panama City Beach, KE4EZ, and fine sounding station. And you have a pleasant Christmas yourself. And we're just rocking along, and boy, what a great circle for us to be in on this AM club and this AM net. All right, next on our list is John, W4JPL in Liberty, North Carolina. It is your turn, sir. W4AMI.
W4AMI in the group. W4JPL. Well, good evening, Sam and everybody else. Wanted to check in the net. Over here I'm in Liberty, North Carolina, which is pretty much right in the center of the state, south of Greensboro. It's not the end of the world, but you can probably see it from here. Running a Johnson 500. The receiver is a National NC270, the Cosmic Blue receiver. I love this little receiver. And the antenna is just a multi-band dipole, homebrew multi-band dipole. Not quite high enough, but hoping to get it higher as soon as I get some help with it. That's about what I got for the net tonight. I hope everybody is having a great evening, and I'm sure everybody's looking forward to Christmas, birth of Christ. W4AMI in the group W4JPL 73.
Okay, 73's to you, John, in Liberty, North Carolina. And that little national receiver is a great one. I used to have one years ago, and I had a man drive all the way across 3 states to pick it up when I listed it for sale. I decided I wanted a Collins 75A3, and so he came and picked it up and was tickled to have it. And I could understand why, because they're great little receivers. Okay. Now, I got a call here that I'm scratching my head over. Somebody checked in with W4GCM, and that's the call sign of the Gulf Coast Mullet Society. Is W4GCM there? This is W4AMI. Well, I must have heard wrong, but anyway, I tell you what, next time we get the next 2 calls by, then I'll send it back to you, Kevin, and we'll hash that out. How about that? Okay, next on the list is Virgil, W4OLJ in Sweetwater, Tennessee, in the Sweetwater Valley. Beautiful place. W4OLJ, it is your turn, sir. W4AMI.
W4AMI in the net. This is W4OLJ. Well, okay, Sam. Sounding good up here. Doing a great job. And Kevin and Mac also done a great job. Just a lot of beautiful signals. It really sounds like the old days of AM. Really enjoying it. We're running the same rig here tonight, the 41000 rig, modulated with a pair of 4400s. And a half-wave dipole. Been a beautiful day here in Sweetwater today. I think it's supposed to get down in the mid 30s, somewhere along in there tonight, 37 or 8 along in there. But like you say, Sam, we'll just take what we get there. So that's about it. We hope everyone has a good night there, and a little early, but hope everybody has a good Christmas, Merry Christmas coming up, and remember what the reason is for it. So back to you, Sam. Thanks a lot, and 73's to everybody. W4AMI, W4OLJ.
Well, Merry Christmas to you, Mr. Virgil. It's mighty happy to have you right here on the net with such a great sounding station in Sweetwater, Tennessee. All right, last on my list is Richard, W4WFL, Pensacola. It is your turn, sir. This is W4AMI. Maybe Richard had something else to do. Richard, W4WFL, are you there? Well, I expect not, said the constipated fly. All right. I'm going to send it back to Kevin, WA4KM, in the City of Gold. Kevin, why don't you review what we've done here? Did we get everybody that you had on your list? I hope so anyway. And if you would, please, sir, assume the call and let's finish the net. This is W4AMI, passing it over to WA4KM.
W4CDJ.
I got you, Dan. Okay, this is WA4KM, assuming the call W4AMI. Good evening, everyone, and what a long list, Sam. Good Lord. Yeah, you done good. There's a couple on there, but that's okay. Some of the guys at the beginning, CDJ, let's see, CVI Ken, and KLV Clark, and Perry CWW, and KKJ Greg. Anyway, but before I pick those guys up, let's go ahead and see if there's anyone else out there that would like to get on the roster this evening for the Tuesday night SAMRC. That stands for Southeastern AM Radio Club SWAT Net. If you'd like to get on the roster this evening, please come now. This is W4AMI.
N4IYQ.
AD4Q. Kilo 3 Foxtrot Zulu Delta.
Okay, at the beginning I did hear N4IYQ Chuck and K3FZD, and there was another one right at the beginning. Could you come back, please?
AD4Q.
Come on, guys, spread it out. There's two of you. I'm trying my best. Try it again.
Okay, this is MTE, Whiskey 4, Mike Tango, and then E like it. AD4Q. Mike Tango Echo, I think.
Okay, here's what I got. I got AB4Q, Dave, and then I got W4 Mike Tango Echo. Is that a Roger?
Oh, Roger, that's right. Yeah, y'all are sounding good. All of y'all are doing a great job.
Okay, good to hear you. Okay, thank you there. And I got Chuck and IYQ, I got a Y, not a V, and FZD, K3FZD. Okay, let's see. Let me start back up here with Dan, and then we'll pick up, who's the guy from Dan? Clark, if he's still there. Or, I mean, Ken and Macon. W4 CDJ. This is W4AMI.
Hey, at the bottom of the net, can you let me come in to ask someone who has some parts?
Well, I heard somebody talking, but I couldn't understand them. So, thanks, Kevin, for picking me up. W4AMI, W4CDJ, and Mr. Kevin, thanks for picking me up there. Do appreciate it. Made a few little notes here tonight. Nothing important, but I'm going to talk about them anyway. Had a good copy on Sam and Bob and Virgil. Eddie Brown on his Ranger was coming in here top shelf. And Mr. Don down there in Tech Ridge doing a fine job up here to southeastern Indiana, I got to tell you. And Kevin, KK4GZQ, I thought you might have been on that ICOM rig, but I found out you were on the mousetrap, so nothing bad to say about the audio tonight, that's for sure. And Mr. Glenn, N4AK, so nice to hear your voice. So, and whoever had the 4-250s, I think I heard somebody say they had some 4-250s they wanted to part with. I'd be interested. Back to you, Kevin. And we'll get it back to you right now. W4AMI, W4CDJ.
WV0JZG.
Okay, I think that may have been KE4EZ with a Globe Champion. Who was it that had the tubes? And we'll just do this now before we forget. Over.
Yeah, this is KE4EZ, and we're good on QRZ. Over.
Okay, I was right. I was making good notes. Okay, did you get that, Dan? KE4EZ, Kilo Echo 4 Echo Zulu, and he said he's good on QRZ, over.
Kilo Echo 4 Echo Zulu. Is that correct?
You got it, Toyota, as they say. Yep, that's correct. Okay, well, good deal. We made a good contact there. That's good. That's what this net's all about, helping each other out. Fellowship, buying and selling radios, and good fellowship. And AM, of course. Alrighty, let's see, where was I at? Let's see, I got sidetracked here. Here we go. Alrighty, this is WE4. No, it ain't. This is W4AMI with a Tuesday night SAMRC Swap Fellowship net, and we're sending it down to K4 CVI Ken and Macon. It's over to you for your comments, sir.
Okay, appreciate it. Everything's going good down here in Juliet, Georgia, which is a little bit north of Macon. And we just enjoying the cool weather. It's down, looks like it's got into the 40s here in the last few minutes, so we're probably going to have a cool night here. Looks like the wind blew in a cold front today down here. Just running the 7300 onto a couple, let's see, 4 572Bs, helping out a little bit, so pushing into a G5 RV, so that's what we're using down here. I'll turn it back to you. This is incredible how many people checked in tonight. I'm real happy about that. Hope it continues and gets even better for y'all. Thanks for running the net and recognizing AM. It's pretty awesome. I'll turn it back to you. Let's see. That's W4AMI, K4CVI. Back to net control.
Okay, Ken. Yep, just check it out. We've been here since, and I probably should know this. I want to say 98, but I think it was 99. But me and Sam, Andy, and Ron, a bunch of us was here in 98, but 99, so it's been a long-going net. Go check out if you like. I know I say this, but don't say it enough because a lot of people text me. But if you want to see the list of people, and it's, God, I want to say it's 300 or 400 radios and what it's about and everything, just go to W4AMI, Whiskey 4 Alpha Mike India .org, O-R-G, and there's a lot of stuff on there. Dr. Ron's done with that website, and there's a lot of good information, a lot of beautiful receivers, transmitters, and projects going on, and just a big thing. Check it out, guys. Okay, I've rambled enough. Let me see if Clark's still there. WB9KLV. Clark, or did you hang around with us? This is W4AMI. Okay, he was here way back, even back before the pre-net, and I didn't know. But anyway, I didn't want to leave nobody out. Okay, next on the list, I got Perry, K4CWW. Perry, it's over to you for your comments. This is W4AMI. Okay, he's RUN and OFT too. Let's see. How about Greg, WB4KKJ? Greg, are you there? It's over to you for your comments. Well, you're sounding good. A little bit light on me, but that's okay. Copied everything you said. Appreciate you being there and hanging out. I know we've had a long list this evening, which is a good thing. And by the way, it's 46 degrees here in Villa Rica, the city of Golden, West Georgia. I meant to say that earlier when everybody was saying it was in the 50s. It was 48, but it's 46.3 or .3.3. But there you go. Okay, next on the list, let's see. I got a long one here. Look at that here. See. Okay, Chuck, N4IYQ. I believe that was Chuck. Chuck, over to you for your comments. Hope you and the missus are doing well. W4AMI.
W4AMI and the SAMRC net, N4IYQ. Good evening, Kevin, and everybody else on the net. We were a little tardy getting in here. Just went out and grabbed a bite of barbecue and some blue cheese dressing on the crackers. We're on the multi-LMAC AF68, driving SB221, receiving on the PMR8. Everybody sounds good, band sounds good, and hope everybody's having a good week. I can't make any comments because I wasn't here, but certainly appreciate being here. Thank you, Kevin, for running the net, and I think Sam was in here earlier. To the both of you. W4AMI and 4IYQ.
Okay, Chuck, good to hear you. We won't hold it against you, but buy me one of them barbecue sandwiches next time I see you at the Ham Fest, and we'll call it even. I always like talking to Chuck, seeing him, and breaking bread, as I say. Chuck, good to hear you tell the missus we said hello. All right, we'll break with Chuck and go down to K3FZD. It's over to you for your comments. This is W4AMI.
W4AMI. This is K3FZD, Signal Mountain, Tennessee. Larry. Very good. I've been away a couple of weeks, but we've been busy. My wife and I play in a Chattanooga Community Orchestra, and we've been busy for Christmas concerts, and we've got 4 of them to do this week. 2 of them at some schools, and 1 at the Hamilton Place Mall. So we just did one today, and it's all just for the love of music. We're not being paid for it. So my wife was a professional, played with Chattanooga Symphony for 25 years. Now she's playing for pro bono, as they say, with the legal profession. So that's what I wonder how the signal sounds to you all. Over.
Well, I'm copying you just fine. Not a problem. Yeah, we sure missed you on there. I've noticed for a little while you've been missing, and glad you're back, and hope everything works out up that way. And I was copying you just fine. No problem whatsoever. Not from Signal Mountain. Got tongue-tied. Alrighty, let's see. Next on the list we got Dave, AB4Q. Dave, it's over to you for your comments. This is the Tuesday night SAMRC Swap and Fellowship Net. Over to you, Dave, W4AMI.
Thank you, Kevin. For AMI in the net, this is Dave, AB4Q in Millington, Tennessee. And well, we've been playing today on the Globe King 500A. He's got me pulling my hair out. It's got a weird characteristic going on with the screen grid on it. And you unkey it, and the screen current sits there and idles and goes up and down and flutters. See the plate current go up a little bit on it. And turn the switch to CW. Goes away. All that does shorts out the inductor that's in series with it. There's no connection to it, but yet it sits there and makes that screen grid act weird. I don't know. It might be a short somewhere that I'm not finding. Well, I'll find it eventually. Like somebody said earlier on the net, those things will make you pull your hair out for a while and then you find something real simple. I probably got a cold starter going somewhere or something. The problem with old things, we all break down after a while. Well, anyway, on the Viking 2 CDC barefoot and receiving on the R390A. Here's a lot of good, strong signals tonight. Chevy 3th, everybody, and maybe we'll get on here Thursday night for the next net. W4AMI. This is AB4Q73.
Oh, okay, Dave. I was going to say maybe Mac or John, one of them guys, a little more knowledgeable than myself. I was going to say I had mine doing it. Kind of the same thing on my switch on my Viking 2. And it would do that and start acting crazy, and I could work the switch. You know how this old stuff is. I've had tubes that not work, and things pull your head out, and you can take it there and just wiggle the tube around, and it goes back to working. So a lot of times you can just wiggle these switches around and wiggle the tubes around, and they go back to work, and if you're lucky. If not, you pull your hair out for sure. All righty. Of course, I'm sure you already know that. Anybody that's got this old stuff knows all those little tricks there. All right, next on the list, I've got W4MTE. Sir, it's over to you for your comments.